Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today, I figured we'd do a different kind of video. Obviously, you can see like it's the end of the day. My hair is in desperate need of washing, so I'm gonna go ahead and wash that here in a little bit. Do a little skincare, little self-care and skincare. So I'm gonna do a face mask in a little bit. Chelsea's going to cut my undercut for me because it's getting very long. And I figured we'd also just kind of touch on what everything looks like for our family with the quarantine going on. Obviously, that's a big topic of conversation, not only here in North Carolina, it's throughout the United States, it's throughout the country, and it's throughout, really the world. They are calling it a pandemic, and truly that is exactly what this is, and it's definitely interesting. So I thought I'd just kind of get on here, talk about our experience with it. Chelsea finished my vanity, so for the first time I actually have a really good area with lighting. I'm still playing around with it, but it's got amazing lighting. I need to figure out what to do because there's a mirror like right here behind me. Going to try not to move very much because I don't want to blind you guys, obviously. So this is actually officially quarantine day 1 for us. North Carolina just put a stay-at-home order in place as of yesterday, March 30th at 5 p.m. It is actually right at 8 o'clock on March 31st. And so that makes today really the first official day for us as far as quarantine goes. It's hard for me to say that we're on a quarantine because I'm still going to work every day. Both Chelsea and myself are considered essential employees. Chelsea, of course, works for Child Protective Services still. That doesn't stop, that doesn't quit. So she is going and doing home visits every single day. The difference is she does get to work at home the rest of the time, which is really good. It's keeping her from going out and having more contact with people that she doesn't necessarily need to have contact with. While I am still working, I'm having minimal contact. Me and only a few of my coworkers are together every single day. The school that I was working at, since I am now a school therapist, is of course closed down. But luckily my agency was able to get everything situated to where we can do therapy over the telephone. So I'm still getting to have contact with my kiddos, still getting to do therapy. They are thinking about letting us work from home starting soon. There's just been a lot of red tape and a lot of different things that have prevented us from being able to just go right out the back, going ahead and starting working from home. So hopefully this week I'll get to start working from home. I'm really optimistic about that. So I kind of just wanted to do an update from us and what this quarantine looks like. I know there are states like California and New York who've been quarantined for quite a while already. So it's interesting to me as of March 31st to be saying this is quarantine day 1, but in reality, this is the stay-at-home order put into place. So honestly, as of right now, it hasn't felt all that different. We have made sure our lifestyles are very minimally going outside. We've been doing a lot in the house with the kids. We've been primarily going outside, going on walks, even just going on drives around the neighborhood, to try to make sure we're just keeping ourselves as isolated as possible. We haven't even really gone to the grocery. We are not those people who stocked up for months at a time. We aren't like that in general. And we actually even usually do our grocery shopping once for the following 2 weeks, but we haven't been doing that. But we haven't even gone in the last week and a half. We went one day just to get toilet paper because my mom and dad went and saw that the neighborhood Walmart right down the street did have toilet paper. So we went and got a pack. We didn't hoard toilet paper or anything like that. I feel like honestly, at first, I didn't take the situation seriously, and not in the sense that I continued to go out and continued to do all these things. My birthday party was canceled. It was on March 18th. It was my 30th birthday. And we had plans to go to Asheville here in North Carolina, go to a club, go to dinner. We had a hotel booked and everything. And when the weekend, I think it was 2 days prior to when we're all gonna go, we made the decision that it just wasn't smart to go. We didn't need to. So we canceled it. We did have a small hangout that weekend of 5 to 6 people. This was when social distancing had been said that it needed to be done. But we were we did do that. But we're, as of right now, and ever since we really kind of started to see the numbers go up, we've been very mindful of who we're hanging out with, who we're being around. And of course, with the kids, we don't want to bring anything back to them. They are healthy so far. We're healthy so far. We're very, very lucky. We're both very lucky that we have jobs that are keeping us employed, that are keeping paychecks coming in for us. It's extremely hard for me to know all of the people who are going without. This is not something that I've ever dealt with in my lifetime. It is something I think my parents have experienced every so often, but nothing to this caliber. To my knowledge, we haven't had a pandemic or an epidemic like this in the United States in, God, I want to say like 100 years. I know they've had other situations that have caused kind of a panic, but nothing really like this that I know of. All you history buffs out there, you can absolutely tell me that I'm wrong. I love to learn. I'd love to know. But I feel like I really didn't take it seriously at first, and I'm glad now that I am, and I'm glad that we did start taking it seriously when we did, because we started being mindful of things really early. And every state is different. Like I said, California, New York, they have been doing this for a lot longer than we have. In North Carolina, as of today, on March 31st, was at 8 deaths and 1,500 and some cases. And it's just kind of scary to really think about like what this could mean for us as a country. So I hope everyone's really staying safe, taking this seriously, spend some time at home. There are so many people out there who can't, and all the essential workers. I think that I'm still a little bit disheartened by the fact that there are so many people still out and about every single day. And it just makes me wonder, like, how many of these jobs are truly essential? And I know everyone needs a paycheck. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that there are people who don't need a paycheck, because they absolutely do. But really serious measures have to be taken to make sure that this stops. So I'm trying to do what I can. We leave and do the absolute bare minimum. I wish that there was a way that one of us could be home out of work all the time so the kids didn't even have to go to daycare, but that's not the case. Our kids are still in daycare, but our daycare is being really mindful about it. They take their temperature every single day when they get there, which is really, really cool. And my heart really goes out there to all of so I worked restaurant for a really long time. I worked at Sonic for almost 10 years of my life. I did do the roller skates. I loved it. I've worked at restaurants on and off, my entire adult life. So I think my heart tends to go out the most to my restaurant workers and to the people that I know are working hard every day to bring us our food. And I think that this has really brought into life, while they're ones who are out and they're not working, they are essential workers. And my heart just breaks for the people like restaurant workers and hairstylists whose money is not given to them through a paycheck, who their money is not guaranteed every day. They truly work hard in a different way to make sure that they're bringing home money every day. And I just want to let you know, if you are a restaurant worker, if you're a hairstylist, if you're one of those people who has lost their job so unexpectedly, my heart goes out to you. I wish that I was the kind of person that could help out everybody in need financially. I would give anything to have that kind of ability. But my heart does go out to you, and my prayers are going out to you, and my thoughts are going out to you. And this is just crazy to me. I'm really ready and anxious for life to go back to normal. I love seeing the things on Facebook that are when this is over, the restaurants will have 2-hour waits, hairstylists will be booked, everybody will be outside, everybody will be doing all these things that we just really took for granted before. And I think what I struggle with that too is, how long are we going to have that gratitude and have that mentality of remembering what it's like to go without and truly respecting that and loving it, and just how long are we going to be grateful for those things that we have been taking for granted? It's easy to say now, I'm going to be so thankful for this, that, and the other, but we as humans tend to forget what it was like to go without. So I want to take this as an opportunity for everyone to really be thankful and grateful for what they do have. One thing I've really loved seeing throughout this process is how everyone is coming together to really be there for one another. I think that so often we get into this mindset of selfishness and of making sure that we have enough for ourselves and that we make sure we have enough for our family, and we often forget to support and be there for the people who don't have that same type of support. It's kind of like how things were after 9/11. There was this big sense of camaraderie and this big sense of being proud of who we are and, proud to be an American, and American flags everywhere. And I wish that we could get to a point where it doesn't take a pandemic, or it doesn't take some life-altering, earth-shattering situation to remind us that at the end of the day, we're truly all in this together. I know that sounds dumb, but we are. And we have to be there for each other. We have to have compassion. We have to have love, and we have to just be good humans to each other. It's crazy how stressful of a situation this is and how important of a situation this is. And I think it takes me by surprise that the biggest thing we can do to get through this is to stay home. Like, how often is the solution to a problem for all of us literally to just stay home and just do our thing and binge watch Netflix like we're already doing, binge watch Disney Plus. For those of us trying to, you know, become big on forms of social media, for us to have that extra time and to have that extra dedication to do YouTube videos, to write blogs, to draw, to make art. I feel like it's really just a situation where the universe and the earth is telling us, like, slow down, like, to take that extra time to be with our families, to be at home, and to appreciate what we have. So I'm not trying to go on a rant, but it's just kind of something that I feel like has been weighing on me a little bit. And I hope that everyone, like I said earlier, is really taking this seriously. I'm going to take this time to spend with my family. Me and Chelsea have done a lot of work around the house. She actually finally finished my vanity, which is amazing. I'll do a quick little show it to you in a second. I'll know more in the next few days what my working situation will look like, if I'll be at home, what I'll be doing. And I'm hoping throughout this time that me and Chelsea can give you guys some updates, because while this quarantine, it's a nationwide thing, I feel like there's also a great chance to talk about how it's affecting every single person individually. Like, for me, we're both getting to work, so it feels like not much has changed. I would love to hear from you guys, like, what your quarantine is looking like. Are you working from home? Are you still commuting to work? Are you an essential worker? Or have you been laid off? Like, talk to me. I would love to hear different experiences. And on that note, I saw this yesterday on my Facebook, because of course I am a therapist, so I have a lot of friends and coworkers and colleagues who are mental health professionals. And one of my previous coworkers posted something to the extent of, like, being a mental health professional and being able to offer their time and, what was the wording he used? To donate his time. So I would like to take this as an opportunity to say, like, I am a mental health professional. I am a therapist. I would love for you to reach out to me if you feel like you need to, if you need someone to talk to, if you need someone to vent to, if you need some coping skills to be able to rein in that anxiety and that frustration and that fear of the unknown. This is my opportunity right now to tell you guys, like, utilize that, utilize me. I am more than happy to donate my time to anyone who feels like they need to talk, who feels like they need to get something off of their chest. I'm here. Talk to me. I'm here for you. All right, guys. So I just got Chelsea some chocolate milk. Mwah. And now she's going to cut my undercut. So I'm going to kind of prop you guys up so you can see how she does it. And then I'll just continue getting unready for this evening.
Unready?
Yeah, because I look like a hot mess. Yes, unready. You got a problem with it?
Nope.
So here is my vanity that Chelsea built me. I kind of told you that I would show you. I think I am going to do an entire video of, like, my setup and what that looks like. But yeah, so this is it. Sorry, having the camera turn around was really not working out for me. We were right at the end of the seasonal depression season, and of course now, right when everyone who was struggling with that was about to be able to start going outside, doing things and getting out of that funk, you're kind of stuck now. So I'm more than willing to donate my time to anybody, whether you're struggling with some anxiety, some depression. I can help you out with some different coping skills and things that might be able to help you. And I truly mean that. I'll kind of keep checking in with you guys. I know this is going to be titled Coronavirus Quarantine Day 1, but I'm by no means going to do one every single day. Probably just updates every so often, but it's been a hot minute since I've done any sort of video. So I really just wanted to hop on here and tell you guys kind of our experiences, what that's looking like for us. But yeah. Leave comments down below with questions, how your experience is working out for you, like what that looks like, what you're doing to stay sane, especially those of you who are quarantined with kiddos. Let me know. We've been doing a lot of games, a lot of card games, a lot of puzzles, coloring, jumping outside on the trampoline, going for walks. And I'm always down for other ideas. We have been not interacting with my parents since they are both over 60. They're not in, like, the super high risk stage since they are 60 and not 65 plus. but we're luckily not in the high risk group. If you are in the high risk group, what extra precautions are you taking? Like, I really want to have an open line of communication with people to have that connection during this time, because for the first time in my history, we're being forced to not interact with each other, not hang out, not go do things together. So let's connect, let's talk, let's figure out how we're gonna get through this together. But that's it. If you guys have any questions, comments, what you think we should do for our next video, leave them below. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell if you're feeling extra frisky, and definitely come say hey to us on social media. Both Chelsea and I have Instagrams. We have a joint Instagram. We have Facebook, we have Twitter, we have Snapchat, and I'm obsessed with TikTok. Like, I'm shamelessly not even afraid to admit the fact that I'm 100% high-key obsessed with TikTok. So I make some. So if you want to go look at those too, feel free. But until next time, guys, we'll see you later. Bye.